Alright, I just wanted to touch base with everything here. I already ruled this one out. I got to do the other side yet, but zero it. It's not exactly the best setup. I can't find my Starrett, so I had to go run out and grab this. I don't know where the Starrett was, but that was like, it wasn't cheap. I wasn't going to buy another one just because I couldn't find one. That's 0.29. I'm sorry, 0.029. So, see, there's 6. Was that 6? Yeah. According to that, this is the hub. The wheel is centered, and there's no run out on the tire. I'm going to perform the exact same thing on the other side, and then I'm going to do the axle shafts, and then I'm probably going to do a couple more experiments. I'm going to put the other sensors that I have and look at it through the oscilloscope rather than the MPH software. See what I can come up with. Wasn't too much play, nothing abnormal in the motor mounts, but somebody commented on the Facebook page something pretty interesting, so I'm going to give that a try. That'll be like the last thing I do, because I want to get some data first before I start. Actually, he suggested loosen both axle nuts, measure how far it travels in, maybe adjust the engine mounts to compensate for that, claiming that the old CV joint basically wears to the motor mounts. Passenger side, set up there. Let's see. This one looks even better than the other side, actually. There's a little, goes up to about 32, I think I saw. This is very acceptable to me. Now, I'm not suspecting it to be a tire because it's load sensitive, but would that go up to 36? It's load sensitive. I'm not expecting it to be a tire or a rim or something like that. Completely goes away when you let off of the gas. Now I'm going to crawl under this thing and measure the axle run out. If there's anything there that I find like obvious, maybe I'll stop there, but I still think I'm going to hook up the microphones and maybe see if I can use that in any way. I only have one accelerometer. I wish I had multiple ones, but I don't. So this is what I got to work with. Okay, I'm set up on the passenger side. So this looks to be good to me. And that's pretty hard to say. It's 0.002. So this side's good. I'm going to go to the other side and see where we're at there. I took the cover down here. You can see some little bit of play there. And some of the lubricant, I guess. And that's the engine mount. That's down here. Looks pretty far away to me. Doesn't look like it's sagging or nothing. I'll get to the other side and do some more testing. This one is less. This is the new one. It's less than 1. That kind of rules out the axle being bent. I hate aftermarket crap. GSP, I think it says on there. And you don't feel it in the steering wheel at all. Alright, what do you think? That's basically lifting it up off the ground now. If I lower it down, slowly lower it down, do you think about that mount? That's the upper plate, and that's the... Okay, here we are with this. Loads of fun. You got to take a whole bunch of stuff out just to get to that. I'm going to follow the procedure for tightening it. I took this out. It does seem like it's sagging a bit, but I did take it out. It's intact. So what you do is you put that in very loosely, which I have it in loosely. You loosen those bolts, and then I have to go down and loosen the torque strut. And then I go tighten this one up. I'm probably going to give it a little rock and stuff like that. Tighten that one up. Then you tighten the transmission one up. So here. Tighten the transmission. Then you finally tighten that one. So we're going to give that a go. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, but okay, I performed that procedure. Okay. These get torqued down to 69 foot-pounds. These three get torqued down to torqued down to 61, and the torque strut, which is underneath, I'm not climbing under there to show that, that gets torqued to 69 as well, same as this one. It does look like it moved a little bit there. I think it moved too much, but it did move a little. You see the witness marks. I'm not really expecting this to do too much. Just wanted to try it out, see what would happen. Back together after adjusting the engine mounts. There was very, very little bit of movement. I loosened all them up, shook it around a little bit, and followed the procedure. There's actually a procedure. And it didn't really move much at all. So I'm not expecting it to have done anything, but I just wanted to at least try it. I don't have the MPH hooked up. I don't need it. I can feel it. So the road test is all I'm going to need. And it's still there. That was a big waste of time, but I had to at least try. I still think that front engine mount is sagging a bit. I can't find any pics of one that's sagging too low or anything like that. He doesn't remember when this started. So it's really difficult for me to know if it started before or after that axle was replaced. I want to condemn that the newest one, but I just don't feel right spending $300 to $400 on a guess for one axle. One axle's like $350 something, the other one's like $375, and then the intermediate shaft is almost $600. Yeah, it's kind of like both axles on this thing, and I think there's some aftermarket axles that Honda guys use for their lowered vehicles and stuff like that. Maybe that's an option. I don't know. He's got other issues as well. That motor mount, I believe, is sagging. That's going to contribute. I don't know. Kind of sucks. I feel like I lost on this one. Well, I did lose. I lost time, but it's such an obvious vibration. But being that the parts are so expensive, these don't respond well to aftermarket parts. And them being on back order, I really wish that I had better tooling, so I could just pinpoint this better. I haven't tried the microphones. I'm not exactly sure if that'll work. I'm getting something here that I kind of like. Now, blue is it's attached to the left front strut. Red is attached to the differential. I guess you call it the differential, whatever, transaxle. Right by I guess right where the ring gear would be. And the bearing for the axle for the right side, and right side is the right strut. It looks like the green trace is a little noisy to begin with. I don't know if that's just interference. I got like all kinds of extensions going on here, extensions and stuff wrapped around, but it shows that there is some noise in that bearing for the right side intermediate shaft. However, most of the noise is coming from the sensor on the differential, and that's closest to that axle boot, the inner. Right now, I'm shimmying. Let up. Both of them go down. Now that right side sensor doesn't seem to be working all that well. Flooring it. A lot of noise going on there. Alright. Now this, I'm in park here. That red is the differential. That's a engine that it's reading there. So I'm not really sure this is helpful. That vibration is basically the engine. I'm not really picking up the vibration. I'm definitely picking up that differential there. The noise in the differential. All I'm recording is the vibration of the engine there. So if I floor it, that's the vibration of the engine. The green trace, which is on the bearing, is not really helpful either. I'm going to put it in neutral. Since that's attached to the engine, I rev the engine, it goes up as well. Now, it's way less than the red trace. I don't know if that means anything as far as all the rotating assembly, all the stuff rotating inside the engine and the transmission there. It was worth a try. So, unfortunately, it wasn't helpful. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the green one off and see if I can see anything different from left and right. See if I can get it to vibrate. The right side is higher. I'm not exactly on a great stretch of road here. I'm vibrating now. I want to review that. Back on the nice road. I don't know if I have enough time there. Try to get this to vibrate. Vibrating right now. Steady vibration. And I think that's enough for me to analyze. Now, I'm definitely getting more out of the right side. This is at lower speed. Huh. Separate this a little. Make it a little easier for me. I think this is the vibration, to tell you the truth. It's at 13.6, which is pretty close. It's not 10.5, what I was getting on the accelerometer, but very interesting. 17 hertz. just want to save this. I know that this is engine vibration. You can see the green one is pretty noisy at that point. And what happened? All right, so if I just rev it, see, I'm in park here. So I'm going to recommend axles on this one. Axles on the bearing and the motor mounts. This is me decelerating, me giving it a little bit of gas, vibration. Now, let's see if I can get it vibrating right now. Can't really tell, man. Right side strut is noisier, but this isn't definitive, because if I go in neutral, green and red both spike up. Green is attached to the center support bearing, and which is, attached to the engine, and the red is attached right where the ring gear is, differential. So that tells me that excessive amplitude is basically the vibration of the engine.